been a tough month for South Auckland Police. They are dealing with 3 high-profile murders, as you know, which has left the public on edge. Amanda Gilly spent the day with the Manurewa police officer who has a unique perspective on all this. Ray Malesala used to be a gang member. He hated the police then. Now he's part of the youth action team, helping to get gang members off the streets.
When we first moved to Otara, formed a close friendship with a couple of local kids, Pacific Island and Māori. Yeah, unfortunately, you know, we were all involved in youth gangs. 4 of those friends have passed on. You know, one committed suicide, one drug overdose, one died of leukemia, and another one died as a teenager drunk driving. And there's 3 of us alive now. One guy came out 2 years ago for armed robbery, and another one's pending his court case for and facing 11 years for P.
Ray Malesala says he's the lucky one. He's 30, he's alive and isn't in jail. In fact, he could hardly be any more on the right side of the law.
1 out of 7 isn't too bad, but it can be better, you know.
Malesala grew up in Samoa. When he moved to South Auckland as a kid, he couldn't speak English, so he let his fists do the talking.
I sort of gained the respect that I didn't have initially, so it sort of just got out of hand.
His uncles were leaders of the gang Respect Samoan Bloods, so when he was 9, he joined them. He hated the police and everything they stood for, but as his friends dropped off, one by one, he made changes for the better. In 2005, he decided to become a cop.
Hey bro, how are you?
Be the cop that I always wanted to know, you know, the role model I never had.
He now protects the toughest suburbs in New Zealand, the very main streets on which he used to cause trouble. He spends a lot of time picking up truants and returning them to school. Some days he returns up to 40 kids.
Last month down here I made 7 of them run to Manurewa while I followed them.
So how long would you guys spend out following up truants?
The high numbers of truanting also equals the high numbers of burglaries and petty crimes, petty thefts. And when we did have an operation last year where we just went out and picked up every truant and returned them to schools, that 2-week also corresponded with our lowest ever burglary rates.
Do you normally find a few kids out here though?
Yeah, usually quite a lot of them up here, if not tagging, they're drinking, smoking dope.
His background helps him connect with today's troubled youths.
Kia ora, bro.
He's part of the South Auckland Youth Action Team. He and his colleagues help take gang members off the streets and put them into the workforce. They work alongside WINS.
Are you looking at getting work, or have you tried getting work? Okay, have you been into the local work and income in Papakura?
Work, the police say, gives the gang members a sense of ownership and it keeps them out of trouble. Ray Malesala told us the story of a gang member who was recently withdrawing money from an ATM machine when a police car drove by. But for the first time, he wasn't worried. He was using his own card, withdrawing his own money, which he'd earned working.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ray Malesala.
He and his brother have just announced a new way to help troubled Samoan boys. They've just presented their project to lawyers, judges and police, the very people they used to fear and despise, but who are now friends and colleagues.
Be respectful when you're dealing with these young fellas, because we all know if you don't respect them, they won't return a favour.
After 3 homicides in 9 days, Malesala admits South Auckland police are struggling for respect from the public.
A lot of our staff, you know, a lot of our people here do a lot of good work, you know, and it's unfortunate that these unfortunate incidences have happened, and a lot of that good work is, you know, nobody sees that sort of stuff.
At 6'2" and 135 kilograms, Malesala is a force to be reckoned with. He says he will do all he can to protect his community.
If we can stop or minimise offending, we can also stop and minimise victims.
Amanda Gillies reporting. By the way, some of the footage from that story is from an Inside New Zealand documentary screening here on 3 tonight. The Gangs, as it's called, is fronted by Pam Corkery and screens at 9:30.